Sickle cell disease is a blood disorder that is inherited from both parents. This disorder is more common in certain ethnic groups, such as African Americans, Arabs, Greeks, Italians, Latin, and Native Americans. Normal red blood cells are very flexible and are circular in shape, resembling a donut. Their flexibility and shape allow them to travel freely through small blood vessels called capillaries. In persons with sickle cell disease, the red blood cells become crescent or sickle-shaped and also become inflexible. The abnormal cells stick inside the capillaries, blocking blood flow to vital organs. Persons with sickle cell anemia can have symptoms such as yellow appearing eyes and skin, pale skin, delayed growth, bone and joint pain, increased risk for infections, development of leg ulcers, eye damage, anemia, and damage to the organs affected by the obstruction.
What up? East Coast, West Coast, North, South, worldwide. YouTube family, Sickle Cell Warriors family. Welcome to another episode of Our Sickle Life. My name is Ulyss. So I wanted to talk about sickle cell. For those who've seen the previous episodes of Our Sickle Life, I have sickle cell myself, S beta thalassemia. I was diagnosed at the age of 2. I can honestly say that it's not a easy life. It's getting better over time. The life expectancy from where I was born to now, it's around 60 years old. When I was growing up, it was like early 20s, if even that. I wanted to talk to you guys about a GoFundMe project that I have. I would like to solicit you guys to get some funds to being able to help people that have sickle cell. Raising awareness and creating partnership for sickle cell is not an easy task. My goal is to be able to bring sickle cell to a level where it's comparable to cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, fibromyalgia, lupus, ALS, those kind of illness where people suffer a lot and they're able to get significant resources to help the ONG, the individuals, not-for-profit organization, so that they can carry on in terms of bringing research so that they can find a cure eventually for those illness and those diseases. I would like to include sickle cell in the conversation and in the donation. So I want to raise awareness and create partnerships. I want to build and train teams to educate the population about sickle cell, to educate the schools, to educate the hospitals, to educate the nurses and the doctors. I want to be able to share live experiences with myself and other individuals that have sickle cell that's willing to share their experiences. I want to challenge the system. I want to bring success stories of individuals that have sickle cell or that even carry the trait, or that means that has the gene that became successful in life. I want to be able to break down barriers, the prejudices that people have, the stigmas against people with sickle cell, that we are all drug seekers and drug addicts. If somebody knows that, can you point me to the right direction to see the research that is out there that shows individuals that have sickle cell that has actually overdosed on narcotics. A lot of the time, the mistake is not that the individual overdosed on narcotics, it's because the individual wasn't monitored properly, and their respiration went down until they perspired. But the right situation is there weren't enough staff to being able to provide monitoring, because when somebody's that's taking as much narcotics as we do in hospital settings, they should be monitored 24/7. And a lot of times, because they're not monitored, that's when the issue happens of so-called overdose. So if you guys have any studies that you guys have been aware of, that you can drop me a comment, DM me, let me know, so that I could look it up and that we can find a way to change those things. I want to be able to go worldwide, travel the world to find best practices for treatment. Example, in Jamaica, the Manchester Project by Dr. Graham Sargent. In the UK, Dr. Kofi Annan is part of a group in the UK that does research with sickle cell, and they have treatment that alternative treatment and holistic treatment that helps patients of sickle cell getting better. It's not up to par yet, but it's one step forward towards the right direction. So the fundraising of GoFundMe will help to assist the sickle cell community who face those similar hardships get funds to be able to get back on their feet. Beyond the financial contribution, if you are unable to donate financially, there are other ways to contribute. Please share this link, share this video, and share all online information regarding this vision. Spread the word and keep the dream alive. Spread the word. Each one teach three. Each one teach three. That's an African proverb. And if everybody can give one, just a little bit, so that the burden doesn't go on one group of people. If everybody able to chip in, give $1, and we have a big number of people that's able to donate, well, at that point, unity is the strength, is the key, so that we can achieve our goal. So, like Big Sean said, can one man change the world? I believe we can. It's a question of what are you willing to do to change the world. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for helping me with my vision to bring sickle cell on a level where it's on the same playing field as any other illness, that it's not a forgotten disease, it's not an invisible disease, although it looks invisible because when you look at me, I don't look sick, but we need to be able to shed those stigmas, shed those prejudices, that if somebody looks okay, that doesn't mean that you're okay inside. It doesn't mean that you're okay mentally. It doesn't mean that you're okay physically. So we need to change the stigmas. We need to start asking questions. Educate ourselves. The information is out there. It's for you to seek it, find it, and do something about it. Thank you for tuning in. See you in the next episode. Peace. Each one teach three. Each one teach